Fucking Netflix. Fuck off.
Broadcasting from the depths of outer space.
Hello, I'm alive. I don't know what's going on.
By your command.
Fascinating.
God damn you all to hell!
Nando.
It's the Solo Sci-Fi Podcast.
Hello from the far-flung reaches of the cosmos. I bring to you the Solo One Sci-Fi Podcast. And from the other dimension that's not far away, but is far away, that is beyond the flux and in the flux, present to you Michael Ball, aka Coclud, on YouTube. And it's an amazing channel. Do check it out.
Thank you. And also check out Martin's Sci-Fi Appeal on YouTube. Great content on there as well. And nice to see you again, Martin. How are you doing? We were just talking about a real shock thing. And I said to Martin, look, let's get this recording because although we're going to go into our topic, we've got to talk about this first for us Star Trek fans. Yesterday, I was looking at the internet and people saying, oh, it's only a day to go until Star Trek Discovery Season 4 comes to Netflix in the UK. And then, Martin, you announced it. What happened yesterday?
Well, I didn't know. I'd seen, I saw some on Facebook that it wasn't going to be, and I thought, well, yeah, that's not going to happen. I saw it, I thought it was just up on stream somewhere. Yeah, and I didn't really take much notice. Then this morning, I got up and it was double that. There were a lot of pissed off people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I was not, and then I dug into it and I thought, Netflix, why have you not sent me a fucking email to tell me that you've gone and cancelled Star Trek Discovery Season 4?
Well, maybe they don't consider it a particularly big thing because they've got things like Squid Game, they've got lots of other content. The thing is, you see, this is difficult because Netflix were integral to the first season production. They are the ones that funded, I believe, at least not all of it, then the majority of the cost for Season 1. And then, of course, Paramount has come from CBS and they have now re-merged. And, of course, they are now making their own streaming site, Paramount Plus, which at the moment is only in the States. So over here, we can't view it. And apparently, when it does come up, it's going to be...
For it.
No, well, apparently it's going to be affiliated with Sky. And I don't know anybody watches Sky anymore. I mean, I've not looked at Sky for decades.
Well, I've not had the Sky box in 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a redundant thing.
I got rid of mine. I was paying £60 fucking a month and I got rid of it.
Yeah, well, I've never had it.
I could get everything on the internet.
I mean, the thing is, though, at one point many years ago, Sky One was available on a terrestrial channel for some reason, and this is when it was good because they had the Next Generation.
But on preview, wasn't it?
Yeah, for a short time, and then we had the Next Generation, Stargate, and all those series, and The Simpsons, and of course now the thing is that Star Trek. We are predominantly Star Trek fans, and now they've decided to think, well, basically, fuck you. We can't afford to stream this from our streaming site, and okay, I understand that it's a business. They're there to make money and stuff, but surely they could give us a bit of a warning. I
think
it's too short notice.
Look, to be honest, right? Netflix, after Lost in Space, you're gone.
Is there anything else on? Is there anything else that they're making?
Netflix. I've got it. I just, most of the time, fucking browsing it.
Well, I saw Squid Game. That's the only thing I've seen this year on Netflix. And that wasn't even...
Right. I've watched the odd movie. Normally what I do is, if there's a certain TV series that's, and they put it all up as one big thing, I'll watch it. But apart from that, I don't sit there every night going, I watch more YouTube than what I do anything else.
I do too. I watch a lot of YouTube.
For some reason, I just watch vast amounts
of
YouTube.
It's just that the thing is, you see, we're both YouTubers anyway, but even if we weren't, the whole point of YouTube is that if you type in something about anything, there's normally something out there about it to watch. which is why it's such a good
that's
thing.
What I mean.
And a lot of it's good. I mean, there's a lot of shite on there as well, but there's a lot of good stuff.
But they should have. I mean, they send me emails, Netflix, because they know what you're watching. They're always going, would you like to finish this series off? And we recommend this.
Yeah. They know
Well,
exactly
you
what
didn't
you've been watching.
fucking recommend Star Trek Discovery, did you?
And also, the first 3 seasons are going to be taken down from Netflix tomorrow as well. So even if you, not only can you not watch season 4, you won't be able to watch season 1 to 3 anymore. And it's just terrible.
It is absolutely terrible. I'm just gonna, and that's it now. It's going £70 a year. I'd rather put that into something else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, save it towards the Blu-ray.
Save it fucking money.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we do look at it, but I don't watch a lot. I mean, I still think it's miles better than terrestrial TV. Terrestrial TV is dead.
But there shouldn't be. I mean, I've been with Netflix for about 8 years, and they could have at least sent you a bloody email saying we're dropping it. Not 24 hours before. Oh, it's all right.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I was so surprised.
We've had a few trailers for it, and it's on its way, but oh no, it's not coming. And then Paramount, it's all right, it's not coming, but we'll buy some more crap for you to watch.
You can see it in 2022. Okay, given it's only a month over, but it's not. No, it's not good enough.
No, I'll find it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've got the gods of science fiction will make it appear.
Oh yes, I mean the magic of science fiction and the universe and everything will make it appear somehow, but it shouldn't be that option to make it appear.
When you pay for it, paying them $6.99 a month.
No, I know it's really bad.
I think it's bloody annoying. I'm really annoyed about.
I know your voice is going very high.
Friday, I'm in squeaky mode now.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's the jab I've had today.
Yeah,
it's
you
that
see.
Booster jab.
It's only doing other things to you, isn't it? I know. You sound like Beaker from the Muppet Show.
Oh, cheers. Thank you very much. It's really, honestly.
I know. It's bad.
Millions of people, only reason they've got Netflix is because of that. That's one of the reasons. So I thought Friday morning, Friday night, I can put on Discovery, watch it. Can't do that now.
No.
Can't do that now.
No, you're buggered. So, I said, there are other ways to watch it and stuff like that, which of course we're not going to go on about. But what I'm saying is,
on that Obi-Wan trailer as well.
Oh, that's the next question. Like I said,
shall we discuss that in the news?
Let's discuss that in the news. But yeah, because Star Wars Day last week, Disney second birthday, absolute shite what happened last week as well. But let's go into the focus of the week because, like I said, and then we talk about the news.
I just like to say, Claudia just look marvelous, don't she?
Do you like her in my background? Yeah,
I couldn't keep my eyes
The thing is, you see, I mean, I'm getting better and better at photoshopping, and I've been doing some good stuff. I did one which we'll do in the next few weeks, if you don't mind, for the 80s Twilight Zone, which I did yesterday. And I love doing Photoshop designs. It's really fun making it creative, and I like this new idea of having them behind me, which it makes it reinforce.
Yeah, brilliant. She's very nice.
But I saw that, I thought, yeah, I'm sure that'll go down well with Martin as well when he saw that. So, well, I'm glad I got your seal of approval.
In an artistic sort of way.
Oh, of course. Only what other thing can we be discussing? Of course, it's artistic. So let's go into the focus of the week. A great film, and I want to get this run by you with this one. So here we go.
It's the Solar Sci-Fi Focus of the Week.
All right, so this is a film from 1987, which we've talked about a few times, and it's something. Now, I think you've seen this a lot earlier than me. I watched this during the first lockdown, I think it was. I think it was, again, going back to YouTube, where it's one of these streaming option things where it says the top 10 horror or top 10 sci-fi films of the 80s. And it was a countdown, and of course, this film, The Hidden, came along, and it looked quite interesting, and I recognised the guy from Twin Peaks in it. And I like the era because I've got an affinity for the 80s, especially American 80s sort of shows and stuff like that. And I gave it a watch, and it starts off with this guy who's in a Ferrari, just having the music blaring out, and the police are chasing him, and then he gets shot, and of course we work out that there's a parasite and everything else, and it had good music, it had great cast, it had a good story, and I literally I think it's one of the best films I've seen in many a year, particularly for an older film. I don't know what it was about it, but I just loved it, and it's unusual for me, an old guy like me, to watch a film and literally fall in love with it for the first time, especially an older film. And I just thought it was brilliant. So, Martin, tell me what you think of The Hidden.
I saw a clip of this on Barry Norman. Do you remember?
Oh, Barry Norman, like the film 90 or whatever it is.
But on the Monday night, he did that film, like film 86 or whatever.
Film 91, film 83, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something like that. Well, he you know, when there were some films he just didn't like, you know. He showed the clip of this. It was her getting out of a car there with the pump action shotgun, you know, but doing the dancing. You know, and I was sat there watching it, and I thought, "What's this?" And he wasn't impressed with it at all. And he gave it a little review, and it wasn't very good. But I never forgot about it in the name. And then I never saw it. Now I don't know if this went to cinema, but then it appeared on video.
Yeah.
In the video library, and I hired it, and it was one of them things I'd keep hiring out.
Yes. One of those films that just sort of
somehow I never acquired a copy of this until this year. I never even found it on video to buy. I never come across it, and that's true in all years.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just never did.
No, it's one of those films. I mean, like I said, I wasn't even aware of it. I'd never even heard of it until the last couple of years. So it can't have been a very big film, at least for success.
I don't think so, no.
You know, because I mean, you tend to know things more than I do. And quite often you've said, have you seen this? No,
you've got a life. I don't have a life. You've got a life. I don't have.
You do have a life. You just got a fan of science fiction. Nothing wrong with that. But I never heard of it. And I thought it was good. I thought it was a solid film.
Do you remember when you like when we were younger? Do you remember we used to get videos out? There were always them adverts. Like there were 10 minutes of adverts.
Yes,
before the movie.
right. That's right.
This film, at a certain time, the trailer for this film just kept popping up like mad on videotapes. And when I rented it out, I became fascinated because I found this film was totally different.
Yeah, unique.
It was like a pleasure-seeking creature on holiday, and it were only vulnerable when it jumped bodies in between. It's the only time you could sort of kill it or something.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, but it was lethal. I mean, it slaughtered a lot of people. It was just jumping from body to body.
I've got the plot here, so let's have a quick look at the plot on Wikipedia. Yeah. Let's give this a read, because I like reading these out. It always gives it a sort of different perspective. It says, Jack DeFries, Chris Mulkey, is a quiet citizen with no criminal past, robs a Los Angeles Wells Fargo bank, kills all of the security guards inside, and leads the Los Angeles Police Department on a high-speed chase. The chase ends when DeFries encounters a police blockade overseen by Detective Thomas Beck. DeFries is shot several times, smashes through the blockade, and crashes the Ferrari he is driving. DeFries is taken to hospital where a doctor informs Beck and his partner, Detective Cliff Willis, that DeFries is not expected to survive the night. And obviously, it goes on from there. So that's the beginning of the actual opening of the film. And of course, it obviously explains that there is basically an alien entity which has taken over this guy. Which goes from person to person. Now, remind me, is the alien trying to get off the Earth? Why is he on Earth? I can't remember what that was about.
From what I can remember, they're an alien detective, aren't they? And he's got some kind of energy weapon. But you can only kill it when it moves in between bodies.
And that's right, with the weapon that he's got.
You can't kill it inside the body. You've got to get it in between. I think we're an ex-convict or something. He's been chasing it across the galaxy.
That's right. Yeah, I think as you're saying that.
I think that was the concept of it.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen the film, but I don't know all the fine details. I just know that he was being chased.
I mean, I could be wrong. That's what I remember.
No, I think you're right. And the guy from Twin Peaks was the guy who was he ends up like another detective kind of thing, and he was kind of like he then confides with the police guy and tells him the story, and of course they team up, and of course he doesn't believe him, but it it was just a fun film. I like the fact that this entity, it really likes just finding fast cars and putting the music on and blaring out and driving around Los Angeles. It just, I don't know what it was. Something about it just clicked with me. I just thought it was really fun.
It's on a primitive planet and it can do what it wants because who knows about aliens? Nobody believes in them.
That's right.
I mean, it's got carte blanche, hasn't it? It can do what the hell it wants because who's going to believe you?
That's it. And there's one point with the alien entity, it takes over a dog as well, which is actually in the. That's why I put it in the thumbnail. But there is a point where he takes over a dog, or she, or whatever, whatever it is. But what I'm saying is, it just had a kind of good vibe about it. But I mean,
yeah, it did.
But like I said, I don't know. I mean, honestly, on here whether it was a successful film. Let's have a look at it. I mean, obviously, it's got the cast. It's got at the end of the podcast, I'm going to play a track called "Hidden by the Truth," which is on the end credits of the film. It said it's released theatrically in the United States by New Line Cinema in October '87. It turned out to be a modest hit for the company, grossing $9.7 million. The film was released on VHS and Laserdisc in 1988 and in August 1997. It was released on re-released film on VHS. In 2000, it was released on DVD. And the film was released in a set including there's a sequel, The Hidden 2, in 2005. Do you know anything about that? I've never even heard of that.
No.
And there's a sequel. Okay, I didn't know that.
So this came out, got released in '86, and we didn't get it till '88.
I think it was released in '87, and it was released on VHS in '88. But I don't know when we got it in the UK compared to America. Normally, I think when things are released in the States, we normally get them released on VHS at a similar point. But it was a delay by at least a year. But I think that was more the norm back then. Yeah, I mean, like I said, what's it say? Rotten Tomatoes reports 73% of 30 surveyed critics gave the film a positive review, and it's got a rating of 6.9 out of 10. Variety wrote, "The Hidden is a well-constructed thriller directed with swift assurance by Jack Shoulder, brought down by an utterly conventional sci-fi ending." And so it's got relatively good reviews.
It's a good film.
Yeah,
I mean, making a sequel in 2005.
Never heard of it. Let's have a quick look at that.
Never heard anything of that.
Let's have a look. So it says hang on. It said The Hidden 2 actually says it was 1993 direct-to-video sequel to the film The Hidden from '87. It says the alien criminal of the first movie is dead, but he left a few eggs. Oh God, here we go. This is like Critters 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which are hatching now. It is explained that on the aliens world, evolution took two parallel paths. Half of the race become violent criminals who live only for pleasure. The squid-like alien form briefly glimpsed in the first film, and the other half evolved beyond their base desires and even physical bodies, becoming creatures of pure energy. So it sounds. I wouldn't mind trying to see The Hidden 2, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a look at that.
I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, curious. I didn't even know they'd done a sequel to it. I always thought The Hidden was one of these little gems.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, it's got Raphael Sbarge in the sequel, and I recognise Raphael Sbarge or something. I recognise that name. Actor, producer. He's been in Risky Business. Oh, that's what he's in Risky Business. I remember that film. And Pearl Harbor. So he's been in a couple of films. Risky Business, I know him from. Raphael Sbarge. I know who he is. I knew him from somewhere. He played Michael Jonas in Voyager Season 2. He was the Marquis who was working with the Kazon to take over the... Raphael Sbarge, I know him. He was in Star Trek Voyager Season 2. And Michael Jonas, if you don't even remember the character, but he was in that. He's in the sequel to The Hidden. So I might check that out. And I'll tell you what it's like. I wouldn't mind seeing the sequel. It looks like it wasn't a very successful film. I know we're talking about the original, but at least today... It'd be cheap and nasty. It went to video. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it'd be cheap and nasty. Don't. You'd be expecting a masterpiece. So that's just what it'd be like. No. I think you're probably right.
It'd be like on the $500,000 budget mark.
Yeah, I mean...
it'll be cheap and nasty, but there could be some potential. I might even cover it if it's that bad.
But the thing is, you see, if you haven't got any more Netflix, then you'll have something else to check out. You're probably on Channel 4 like about midnight or something next week or something.
Fuck you, Netflix. I mean it. Fuck you. You know,
I should have said the name. Don't mention the N word, and that is the new N word, I think.
Oh, good. Well,
sorry, that didn't come out right. Sorry.
I've got a story to tell you. You know, Claudia Christian, I met her at this do in a pub.
Really?
Sci-fi do.
She was really nice,
Sci-Fi
actually.
do.
Okay.
She's really cool. She's writing to her fans and that.
Right.
And she did a question thing, and everybody asked her about that stripper part in the agent. And she said, everywhere they go, they all bring that up, don't they?
But isn't it funny that that's what I made for the thumbnail for this week's show as well? And
Yeah.
she's behind me the whole episode. You can just look at her in
Yeah.
that scene where she's walking along with that outfit.
Yeah.
But it's funny how she's remembered from that because, like I said, I obviously remember her from Babylon 5. But yeah, this would have been done. Actually, Babylon 5 was done in about 1994. So yeah, this would have been done before that.
Yeah.
So it's quite funny how people will remember her for the scene where she's, she's out walking along the car and
I've
attracting
never
attention.
forgot. That's why every time I see her, I keep thinking of that scene when she gets out of that car with that gun. You know, it's. I mean, everybody's like, you're like, you know, it's like. You know,
Okay.
but she did. Everybody brought it up at this sci-fi thing. She couldn't stop laughing. She said, everywhere they go, people bring that bloody film up. You know.
I
But
just
yeah,
don't know. I don't know why I didn't know about this film originally, though. I don't know why I missed it. It's very strange. It's just I wasn't aware.
Well,
of it.
it never got much traction. It was in the world of VHS at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
Was, you know, you might have got the odd poster of it. You remember when you used to go to video library? You got the big poster, didn't you, of something?
Well, they got
And-
I was going to say they got the new poster for the Blu-ray, which is like a sort of split scene. You see the guy's face, and then it's sort of like
Yeah.
part of it's kind of inverted, and it's then another scene that stood out. But I can't recall ever it sort of getting to my attention watching it.
I covered a film, right? I reviewed a movie called The Eliminators. Now, in the video library, the poster looked amazing.
Right.
It was like science fiction, mad scientists and time travel and a super team of humans. You know, and then when you actually watch the film, it was nothing like the poster.
Yeah,
it was made straight for video, and it's
Yeah.
Denise Crosby's in it, and you've got Mandroid and all this. I mean, it's a great movie, but the thing was, it wasn't the poster. The poster looked absolutely spectacular. Now with the hidden, you did get like I suppose the normalist poster, but the film itself with the hidden, you actually could see that it looks like a very classy movie. That's got a big budget on it. I never found.
Oh yeah, no, it's a
cheap
good
and
production.
nasty.
No,
Never.
it's not cheap. No way. It is a good production. It is not.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel cheap and nasty at all because you can
No,
always
it's
tell.
a class movie. It's,
Good direction. Good. It's a
Yeah,
well
everything.
constructed.
Soundtrack,
absolutely.
some with the 80s.
Love the
music
soundtrack.
and-
Yeah, I love the soundtrack, which is one of the things I liked the most about it, especially as he's got it blaring in the car driving around LA. It's just a fun film. I just like it. I like it. I mean, obviously, with these films, there's always aspects you could say, oh, it's a bit like a Trill from Star Trek, or and you can always, all these films that we like, there's always someone who's made elements of it in a similar way, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I don't care. It's just a unique, fun film. And
It should have got far more coverage than what it did. I don't remember it being at the cinema there.
No, I don't. I think I would have remembered it. I think if it had been,
definitely.
I'm sure I would have heard about it and seen it at some point when I was growing up, or in the 80s or 90s.
Well, there
never
was
did.
there was a Kurt Russell movie he did called Soldier.
All right,
And it
never heard
cost
about it.
80 million quid to make. This was back in early 90s. And it never got released at the cinema. It went straight to VHS.
Oh. But
And the thing is, the film is very good. It's one of them. Only time I never went to the cinema. It is the most expensive straight-to-video movie of all time.
right.
And it's a bloody good movie. And I can't understand why it never got released. All-star cast. It went straight to VHS.
So are you,
You know,
thinking?
a lot of films back then, they never got released in this country. They all went straight to video. In
So you
America,
thi-
they have sleaze cinemas, don't they? You know, these like
Yes.
sleep at cinemas.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
out
yeah.
there.
That's right. They're sort of like, yeah, I know.
So a
what you
lot of
mean.
these like cheap budget nasties.
They sort of
and
get
cheap
there out of there.
movies,
They get to those ones.
that's
Yeah,
where a lot of their audience sees them. So they make a few quid. But
That's
over
right.
here, it's straight to video or DVD, isn't it?
So you think that's what happened with The Hidden? It just went straight to.
Yeah, I
to
do.
the-
Yeah,
yeah. I
do.
don't know.
I
If that's
never.
true. I
You
think
know,
we would have known about it otherwise.
1987 was quite a year for movies, wasn't it?
Oh,
You know,
what else
there
was
was
around?
quite a lot going around then.
Was RoboCop around then? And Next
I
Generation started
think
that
so.
year.
Yeah, I think there were
Alien,
Back to the Future
Alien,
and-
Aliens was 86, I think.
Yeah,
Back to the
but,
Future
I mean-
was 85.
Yeah, but there were Terminator 2.
Predator.
There were Low Predator, Commando. These were all
Yeah,
big
that's all
movies.
around then. Yeah, around about then. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and this
yeah.
would have fitted in perfectly in the background.
But
So
because
all
we
that,
did, because we're not aware of it, it tells me they didn't make it to the cinema in the UK. I think, which is a great
it's a
shame.
shame.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just really glad that we've now discovered it. I mean, so I do ask this question. I asked it before, but I'll ask it again this week. Do you think this is a film which could potentially get rebooted, like a remake of it of some sort?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could make a TV series.
I think
out
it
of
could be good. I think it could be quite
I
good.
think the potential is that. I mean, it's a great story. It's simple and it's malevolent and it's got the atmosphere to it. And Claudia Christian should have been a Hollywood movie star, to be honest.
Yeah,
You
this
know,
could
she
have
should have been.
mean,
I know she's big and she's done a lot of stuff, but she should have been.
well, this
you know.
probably was a chance where she could have had a breakout, because it didn't do well. That's why she went to TV and went to things like
Yeah,
Babylon 5.
yeah. But
Do you know
she's
what I mean?
Marvel. I'm a big fan of Claudia Christian.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame, but I'm really glad that we've checked it out. I certainly think it's a worthy film to add to your collection.
Yeah, well,
And
Kyle MacLachlan's had a weird career as well, like with TV. And
I
he's
never
ended up
saw
with a lot
Twin
of weird.
Peaks. I never saw Twin
I
Peaks.
caught some of it, and then he were in June, and he had
Oh
a weird.
God, he was in June, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's done some weird
Oh,
stuff as Kyle
God.
MacLachlan. I've always
That's
liked
right.
him. I think he's a good actor.
Yeah, I like him too, but he seems
always-
to end up
he's
in some
always got
weird
these-
things.
He
I
does.
don't
He's
know.
done some really weird stuff.
Yeah, whether it's just sort of bad luck, he's just happened to be in productions with stuff which is just turning to be a bit kind of off. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
like June.
I mean, like I said, I can't face watching the new June, the original June again after seeing the new one. Oh, have you seen? Have you seen? The
Oh
new
yeah,
June now?
yeah. I watched it last night actually.
Let's
I
quickly
watched
ask you about that.
and then to be honest, right, right. I watched that. Right, it's only half the first story, so I got my mini
Yes.
series out of
Yeah.
the cabinet,
Which I
and
need
I
to see.
watched. I watched June the mini series, which just replicated that movie mostly.
Right.
You know, and then I watched Children of June, and then after that, I researched where June goes,
Okay.
and I'm gonna leave June alone. I think it's I could, you know, I don't know. I don't want to tell you. I mean, it's what's the. Do you want me to tell you what happens? Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me? You're not gonna believe what happens.
Well, I mean, obviously, I've seen part one of this new production.
Well, you've seen half of part one, right? It ends up, right? He kicks everybody's ass, right? He's on the Holy
Yeah.
Crusade, right?
Yes.
And there's forces that basically comes mower deep, and he's like, he goes on a jihad against everybody in the universe, right? And in the second, I watched Children of June last night, and I was bored shitless.
Really? Okay.
Right, I watched it, right. No, because it's epic, innit? It's all over dramatic. And he loses his eyesight, and he goes against everything he stood for. And he fucks off into the desert on I don't know. He disappears into the desert. And he's got twins. And I don't know. It's all the same. It's like a big spiritual journey, and all the baddies are up to the stuff. But his son, right, he gets all powerful. He merges with the fucking desert or whatever, and then later in the books, in the 6 books, he becomes a big sandworm, and he's known as the what is it, the emperor god. He's like half snake, half human, half sandworm, and he manipulates the human race for 3,500 years.
Right.
I mean, quite interesting the concepts, because what it is that in the origins of June, so this is all what I've learned. Right, my dad read all books. I only read one book, but they used to have computers and machines, but it all turned on them, AI and that. So they got rid of it all. That's why you.
Okay.
So,
That's
so
interesting.
they got rid of it all.
Right.
This is all this thousands of years before. And
Right.
then it's really so like they have these mentat humans that think really fast, and you know all this. So that's why there's no aliens in the Dune universe. There's no alien. It's all humans. Even
okay.
them navigators, they evolved into summer. And
Right.
basically, the whole purpose of it is that the certain people can manipulate the timeline and events politically through prophecy and foreseeing the future. But he went so far beyond that he evolves the human race where people with clairvoyance cannot track humans, because there's a great scattering in one of the books where everybody just fucks off to another part of the universe. I mean, it's bloody massive. But
Yeah,
he's a
okay.
big snake thing. And then he gets shot into a river and he dissolves. I'm not making it up. He
Well, no,
sets
I mean,
himself
it's-
up to be destroyed. Honestly, he's stood. So really, Moadib, I feel a bit, because he can't handle. It's called the Golden Path, and he can't handle to go on this
can't
path
sort of
to
handle
make
it,
the human
okay.
race better. But his son does.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to spoil it.
No, no, no,
I mean,
no.
Even
yeah,
I'm
that's
trying to.
fine.
I went to bed last night fucking dreaming about it all. Because I watched all these like videos on YouTube, you know, people explaining what goes on
Yeah.
10 years
yeah.
down the line. I mean, it's a big fucking thing. And I don't know, but I did watch the new version, and I have to say I was very impressed.
Yeah, I thought it was very good as
There
well.
were over dramatic bits in it, but it was very good. But I
Yeah.
don't think I'm going to be sticking around for fucking Children of June and others.
No.
June
Sounds
Heretic
like it's not
and
worth.
the
Yeah.
rest of it.
All right.
Bollocks to that.
Well, they're making a sequel,
Sorry,
obviously,
I
part
get-
2. So let's see how the next production in the current film.
But if you watch June and the Children of June, that's like one complete story. So you
Okay.
could go that far.
You could do that and then
well,
see how-
I
yeah.
get an understanding, and then top it up with a couple of June videos on YouTube, people explaining things, and you don't need to bother. So I've absorbed the knowledge. The
You've
gods of
absorbed it and
science
you saved
fiction,
yourself all the
bless me.
hassle. Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, and I went to bed and dreamed about being a big sandworm.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could have a worse dream, I suppose, or you could have a better one as well. They call me the sandworm. It's like, okay.
The sand, hey baby, it's a
Hey.
sandworm.
Hey, it's all about the size of my worm. Sorry, no, I don't go there.
Okay,
So
no.
Carl McLachlan anyway was in the original Dune, which is why we've gone on
Yeah.
a tangent of Dune, and he was very good in this in The Hidden. So let's wrap up The Hidden just to say that it was a very good film. I'm really glad that we've both seen it. Again, it's one of those films we've seen separately, but I really want to see it again.
You've forgotten one thing we said we'd do last week. We need a drum roll.
Oh
We
yes.
need a drum roll.
Okay, if I remember, it's in the background now. Go on. What's the out of 10?
Out of 10, what do you give it?
I would probably give it 8 out of 10. I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'd go for 8 out of 10.
I
Yeah,
think 8 out of 10. It's a
I
good
think
solid film.
that's good. That's a good solid. Yeah.
It's very good, and I'm really glad
I agree with that.
So I think that's a similar one. So it's obviously a winner for us. So Martin,
Yep.
thank you very much for that. I'm really glad you liked it as much as I did. And if you've not seen it, people, please get a copy of it. Find it wherever it's available, and enjoy a good classic 80s sci-fi film with a bit of comedy, with a bit of good music, and some nice Ferraris and some nice cars and stuff like that. And also Claudia in some very nice revealing outfits as well, and which is always something to bear in mind. All right, Martin, shall we go into our news of the week?
Yes, news of the week.
News of the week. Here we go.
Working.
So in the sci-fi
All right, so obviously we discussed the Netflix thing from Discovery. Let's not do any more about that. We're pissed off. So is most of the UK, and that's what's happened. But that's really bad. But we also had some other things this week. One other Another big disappointment was from the Star Wars franchise. Now, last week we were talking about the fact that as we were recording, it's about to probably get the big Obi-Wan Kenobi promotional vid and trailer, and we got some cruddy couple of concept art things, and it was absolute shite. We didn't get anything more on Boba Fett or Andor or anything. So how did you feel about what happened last week on the Star Wars front? So it was a real big disappointment for me.
I was browsing YouTube on my phone, as you do, watching TV at the same time.
Yeah.
And I saw it, I thought, finally, a week later, when it should have been released, like, the other week or whatever. And I thought, excellent, finally we've got the first trailer. And I saw, watched it on YouTube, and I was like, it's him swinging a lightsaber around in the studio with green screen at the back. And him going, and Hayden Christian's going to be in it as well.
Yeah, we know that, but we don't see jack shit.
There was some artwork. And then I think there were an image of him looking over the desert, and
that's right.
And I thought,
that was it. That was basically all we got.
I thought, well, where's my trailer?
You know
where's
what?
the clip? Where is it?
I figured it out. You know what it is? It's very obvious. They do not want to overshadow the Book of Boba Fett, which is only a month away. Yeah, so what? And I thought about this way, and it's very obvious. They cannot suddenly build up the hype for Obi-Wan because people will forget about the Boba Fett series. So they thought, hang on a minute, no, we'll give you some concept art. We are not doing this. In a month's time, it's Boba Fett, and then you can watch that once that's all done, because that's gonna build its own hype. But they want to make sure, and in some ways you can understand it. I mean, we're people who used to wait for a Star Wars film, and you literally have to wait 2 or 3 years in between. And obviously, there's the gaps between the original and the prequels, and the prequels.
Yeah.
And then we Star Wars fans, like Star Trek fans, can be very, very patient people. Now, we're at the cusp here of about 4 different live-action Star Wars TV series, which, in all honesty, are like movies. The production is movie standard. We are,
quality.
We couldn't be any. We've got it all coming. We've got so much to look forward to.
Yeah.
So you can understand.
Well, not on Netflix.
Focus on Obi-Wan with Boba Fett series. So that's the whole reason. That's what it's all about. Which is
I do have a Disney subscription. I mean, at least Disney don't let you down because we've got Hawkeye on 24th, haven't we? Hawkeye, the shit Avenger with a bow and arrow. But I'll be watching that. But at least I'm not going to knock Disney.
I'm not either.
Winter Soldier, Falcon, didn't mind it. Enjoyed Loki.
And they won't take off Star Wars.
Mandalorian.
They won't take off Star Wars one day before it's due to be shown in the UK.
No, they won't.
That's terrible. You see, my voice is going up high as well. No, I mean, this is it. A lot of people think bollocks to you, and they're going to go somewhere else because the people will be.
Well, no, bollocks. Netflix. Oh yeah, we're going to be showing Obi-Wan, but we've decided to move it somewhere else. No, Netflix. Fuck off. Honestly, I'm really annoyed about this. And Obi-Wan, Star Wars, you let yourself down with that trailer.
Martin,
I sat there, but I agree. You on the serious note, you are right.
I'm sorry. I might have to open up the trailer with you saying, Netflix. Fuck off. I might have to open the episode with you doing that because it's just so funny. I don't know why. If I remember, I will. That'd be funny. Now, what did you think of the latest Doctor Who?
I actually watched it with my mate. Actually, it was sort of interesting. It's because we both sat there watching it we watched it on iPlayer later on,
Yeah.
And watched it about 8 o'clock. And watched it, and bloody hell, there were a load going. I mean, that, wasn't there? I mean,
there was a lot going.
I thought you'd get something, And then suddenly we ended up in the future with that woman pruning plants going, well, you created the flux and she got sent back.
Yes.
And then Dr. Who turned up. And I think the Daleks and the Sontarans at Cyber, they're all just being played. To me, it looks like there's a game going on and somebody's pulling the strings.
Yeah, they're all stuck in the same thing.
Because they were just up to the same old stuff, weren't they?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some big reveal coming up. There's something more going on which we're not quite.
Yeah.
You got these two that are like the character with his sister, but they're not. They're only part of it, I think. But
Yep.
It's been a very solid season so far. Next week, the Weeping Angels, that looks really good as well.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah, and especially
I
TARDIS.
want to when I saw him like the other week, I wasn't that bothered about him. But then when I saw him through the TV, I thought, wow, this is what it's about.
Well, what about they're on the iPhone? You look at the phone; they're actually on the phone.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, this is good. This is. I have to say,
Yes.
I mean, a lot of people are going to say. Chibnall's he's really stepped up his game. He's obviously listened and he's really doing his best. And there's a lot of good stuff going here.
But we haven't got to the final episode yet.
Yeah, I know. Star Trek Picard season 1.
We could all end up dropping off a cliff in a couple of weeks.
We could do, yeah.
And so far, I'm not going to knock it. I ain't got a clue what's going on. I assume there's a game going on. I think the 3 Chaos baddies in with crystals.
Yeah.
I think they're just taking their they've got their own agenda and they're using the flux thing as an opportunity to get to where they want to get to.
Right. Yeah, I think you could be right. Yeah, there's something more going.
There's a lot going on.
We even saw Cybermen as well. We saw every. I mean, I do like this. It's very
I do.
very fast paced as well. I mean, it's not boring at all.
No,
you literally look away. You just don't know where you're going.
You haven't got a clue what's going on. You're jumping all over the place, and I'm thinking. Why? Well, why couldn't you do this before? But yeah, again, they've gone out. I'm not going to knock it. I have to say, so far, it's been exemplary.
And of course, we saw. Is it the Ruth Doctor as well? We saw her as well.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know.
But who was the person in that room pruning the plants?
I don't know.
Well, she seems to be the one that's sort of behind it.
Yeah.
But she said, Doctor, you're the one that created the flux, So what's going on?
I don't know. But I'm feeling a lot more confident about this era of Doctor Who now, which it's going to be good at least, even if, as you say, it could still go wrong. But at least there's been some elements in the current incarnation which are making up for those first 2 lackluster years, which I think is good. So yeah, I mean. Do you want to do an end of season review at some point on the podcast?
Yeah,
we could do that.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget they were on episode 90 today.
Yes, I know. It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, I've worked out that we've got about 3 or 4 more to do this year. Then we've got the Alvida Saying Pet special, which we've held over, which we'll show over Christmas.
Yep.
Then we'll have a week off.
That's an extra one, isn't it? That's an extra one.
I know. I'm going to add it as a number.
So 9 to go.
Yeah. So I think we've got about 4 more to do this year. Then we're going to have a week off at Christmas, and then next year, early in Jan, we should hopefully get to the 100. And then that's it. Then you're going. Then you're leaving, aren't you, Martin? You said 100% you're gone.
Well, I don't know. I did. You know something? What am I going? After 100, what am I going to do on a Wednesday fucking night anymore? Do you know what I mean?
You can watch the old shows again. You can watch the old shows again.
But what am I going to do? I mean, what happens after 100?
But we've still got so many films. We've got so many films. We never run out.
Let's say what happens. Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Do you want to retire at 100?
No, I don't. I'd like to continue if you don't mind.
What am I going to do? What the fuck am I going to do on a Wednesday night?
Well, you're not going to be watching Netflix, are you? Sorry, it keeps going back to Netflix, doesn't it? I know. I'm not going to say any more about Netflix. Any other news from your end? Have you got anything to tell me about?
No, I think that's Ghostbusters Friday.
I'm
going to go see it, actually.
Are you going to go see it? Oh, wow.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, look, if you see it...
I'm going to go see it on Friday, yeah.
Are you going to post a non-spoiler review?
Yeah, I'll make a review on it. I did on the turn. Yeah. I don't know if I think I've got to go see this somehow.
Yeah.
I did like the new trailer. Like the new trailer. Yeah. So, I'm going to give it a go.
I've not seen it yet, but the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, what did you think of it?
It's very good.
Enjoyed it? Look good?
We're all right. Yeah, we're okay.
Okay, cool. I've not seen that yet. I meant to see it, but I didn't have time. I thought I'd like to ask Martin about that because I know that.
No, it looks good. I think we've got 3 decent movies coming up now.
Yeah, well, after the Eternals, everyone hates that. I mean, that film has been banned.
But shitless, man.
Did we talk about that last week? I know I saw your. I know you.
Yeah,
you posted your-
I mean, if you pray to the gods of science fiction, one may appear on your monitor, but it's all right. The problem is, if you don't know who they are, it's like, who the fuck are these people? You know?
Yeah.
I were bored stiff. None of them had no charisma.
Yeah, but I would have thought, because you've known Marvel a lot more than me, that you would have. But if you're not impressed,
Well,
then that tells me that it's not very good.
The concept of the background and the characters is interesting, but I thought putting that onto a big live action screen would have been, but they completely stuffed it.
Right.
You know, maybe if I watch it a second time, I might appreciate it. Maybe if I see it again.
Yeah,
but apart from
sometimes-
that, yeah.
It's funny how sometimes you can watch something a second time. I think it's all about anticipation of a film, especially this is also goes back to things like the Star Wars and Star Trek films, or TV shows, where you build up the hype based on what you know previously in that universe. So,
Yeah,
and obviously
yeah,
with Marvel, that's another example. So if it doesn't tick all the boxes because of partly what you expect, then that's why, if it's like a standalone film, that's different. But
Yeah.
like the Discovery season 1, when that first came out, and what the hell is this about?
Yeah.
Because it was not what you anticipated. And again, when it comes to the Strange New Worlds, which I've not heard anything more about, you wonder whether they're going to
Well,
get
we
it right,
won't be
or whether it's
watching
going to
that,
be.
will we?
Whoa, no, not on Netflix at least, are you?
Saying
No. No, I mean,
You
apparently.
know, behind the Paramount pay. I'm not paying Paramount £10 a month. I'm not doing it. I've got it all. I'm not paying. They've re-released the original series again on the Blu-ray, but they've
Oh.
had some extra bits to it and
Oh,
they've
what?
refined
What have they done
the
now?
original. And I'm sat there, saw an advert for it. I thought, well, I'm not going to go down.
Well, hang on, I've got the
Big-
remastered. I've got the remastered version, which I
Yeah, well,
like.
that's what I've got.
I'm not
That's-
going to get it again. What are they? Have they done more special effects and stuff?
I think they've refined some of the effects on it, and they've added a few
no,
little documentaries.
no.
So you think I'm going to go down there where they're milking it again?
This is like the original Star Wars trilogy, where they kept
Yeah, I'm not
re-releasing
doing
it and adding like a CGI alien in the background or something.
Yeah,
No,
I'm not, and we've put an extra documentary in. Yeah, I couldn't care less.
No, I know everything about Star Trek. I've watched it my whole life. I know everything about the actors.
Oh,
What
yeah,
else?
I don't need to.
Well,
Yeah.
there's no much. There's nothing else to tell about it. We know. We're fans. We've seen it our whole lives.
Oh, and
What
it
else
says
can you tell
we've-
us?
We've got new artwork for the cover of the DVD.
I could do design it and
quid
print
for
it.
that.
I tell you
Yeah,
what, I'll
50 quid
Photoshop
for
it.
that.
I'll Photoshop it and
Yeah,
print it out.
yeah.
There you go, for free. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, well there we go. That's interesting. No, I mean, like I said, they are remastering the first 4 Star Trek films, aren't they? They've been
Well,
redone
again.
as well. Well, no, it was recently that apparently they're going, but I don't know, because there was a motion picture remastered, and it had some extra special effects in it, like a TOS shuttlecraft in the background and stuff like that. But in the end, there's only so many times you can watch the same film with extra bits in the background.
With more pixels in it to make it brighter.
Like I said,
Because
a
that's
1080
what it is. That's
a ten-
what it is. Like, I went to my Suicide Squad on Blu-ray, right?
Right.
And you had what were it? The 4K one was 25, 30 quid, and then to buy a steel book was 35 quid.
Right. Yeah.
And it was the same film. It might have been 4K, but I thought, well, I'm just going to buy it Blu-ray for 15 quid. I couldn't get. I've got a 4K telly. It upscales it anyway. Do you think I can?
Yeah, but
I'm
a
not paying
1080p.
stupid money for
No, I mean,
something for. I'm not bothered.
If you watch a 1080p film with a TV which upscales it anyway, it's not going to get it much sharper than that, for Christ's
That's
sake.
what I mean. Yeah.
How sharp can you get? How much detail can you get?
Well, I've
it's
got an
ridiculous.
Xbox Series X that upscales. That's 4K.
And also, I'm still used to the old days of watching a crappy second-gen, ripped-off VHS copy of something all fuzzy.
Yeah, I
I still remember those days. And,
I love that stuff. I love the more knackered it is, the better.
Yeah, and it's really funny when you sort of like if you lent a film from somebody and it's really funny that the VHS always distorts and starts scrambling at the scene where the woman in the film gets her tits out. You know what I mean? I've seen that on YouTube.
When I were younger, you could get the soft ones, from the video library, and that was a joke in itself. I remember 4 of us pulled up in a car. We were all 18, right? And it was like there was this guy called Gaz with us, and he said, "Well, I'm not going in there for it," and like none of us are going to because of this woman work, this girl work.
Oh yeah, you doing this?
He said, "I'm not going." I said, "Well, I'm not doing it." And we, obviously somebody volunteered to go in there.
You had to go there.
Library.
Yeah.
And he got some normal films as well. And then at work, every now and again, you come across the more artistic movies.
Yes.
You know, with less
more
restrictions.
Yes.
And you once a year you come across somebody who'd have a copy. And when you got it home and you put it on, it were knackered. It were absolutely knackered. You couldn't even see anything. Well, like you got that big like, you know, going through video saying.
But all you know,
it's not like today, you know. But that would have been. I remember somebody like me one, and it had some stupid names. I'm not going to mention it. So I only had it for 2 days. Everybody at work, there were a waiting list for this film, and it was absolutely knackered because everybody was duplicating it. You know.
Yes.
And the more cut, it just got worse.
Copy of a copy.
I was 20 at the time, but you know, I was young.
Oh no, it's funny. The old recording. You used to have 2 VHS machines connected via SCART, and you could record off one and play off the other one, and then it's like a copy of a copy.
I used to do
and it's
that.
terrible.
I used to do that. You know, and then one day they copyrighted it all. Do you remember what volume used to cut out and it cut back in and cut out? And cut
yes,
back in?
yeah. And they had these copyright sort of licensing stuff like that. And that's the strange thing, you know. It's funny, isn't it, how it's all done now? And of course now.
Do you remember when you used to watch a videotape and all that writing came up, and it used to say you cannot watch this with a group of people in your house?
In a pub, yeah, I remember you could see it in a public place. I remember it. Yeah, copyright.
Yeah, but
warning.
your house is a public place, and you've got 9 people in the house all watching it. You
can't share it, you can't lend it, you can't distribute it, you can't go on the bus with it, you can't sit on the toilet with it, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
God almighty. Oh, happy days, eh? That's a strange thing. We've got these big tellies and everything, and all these digital copies which you could copy and doesn't matter, they won't degrade. But you can't beat the old days with the big boxy telly and a crappy old VHS tape which is almost shredded, and trying to watch a load of old shite and happy days. Times have moved on, my friend. I'm afraid, and I guess that I suppose that's the way it's supposed to be. All right. So anything else? I know. The future's bright. The future's now, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah. Anything else at your end before we sign off?
No, there's nothing. There ain't much. I think we've covered it. I mean, I haven't seen anything.
And have I mentioned Netflix? Yes, I have mentioned Netflix.
Oh, fuck off, Netflix, honestly. You know.
I love your reactions.
I'm really annoyed about this.
I know, we all are. I mean,
look, I know I slagged. Right, all right. Maybe this is for what I said about the last series. Maybe, but I'm not.
Is it your penance? Is it a penance? Is that what it is?
It could be. Maybe Star Trek Discovery fault.
So what you're saying is, Netflix watched your video about Star Trek Discovery season 3, and they're right. We're taking it off. Paramount.
Well, no, I reckon Paramount's been watching this podcast. And they thought, well, fuck them too. We're going to take it off.
That's it. Bollocks to you in the UK. We'll have it over here, and you can go and piss off.
A lot of people on my Facebook streams, like people I know, friends, a lot of people are really upset about it. You know, they're really annoyed about it. Yesterday I noticed it once. No, day before, and I didn't say it much, and I thought it'll be on.
It's really heating up
and then
now.
this morning,
it,
everywhere. I mean, I was like reading it, going, I can't watch Star Trek Discovery on Friday. And all right, I slagged off the last series. I admit that.
But you're coming back for more, though. You're coming back for more.
But I was going to come back and support it, you know.
But the thing is, if Doctor Who can get better after the last 2 seasons, you never know. Discovery season 4 might be a gem.
We'll get this we could be, couldn't it?
Well, you never know. You could be eating your words. You've already half eaten your words with current.
All right.
I got my ladle. I just love stirring it. I love it. I love it. It's great fun. Right, Martin, I think we'll sign off on that note. We're going to finish off with a song by The Truth, which is hidden. Apparently, the song is at the end of the movie, and I just thought there's a video with it, so I'm going to end that if you're watching this on the YouTube or the audio, you'll obviously hear it there. Next week, we're going to be back with and this would be an interesting one. Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters, which I think will be a good one to talk about.
Yeah,
there is a
definitely.
guy I know on YouTube. He's a huge Ghostbusters fan. I'm going to see whether he might join us. I don't know whether we will, but it would be great because he's one of these.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
He's one of these people that's like, the Ghostbusters is the thing he remembers from when he was a kid, kind of thing. And he's a huge fan. And he hated the last Ghostbusters, the one with the girls in it.
Yeah.
What was that called? Wasn't Afterlife. That's the new one.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, whatever it was, the one in 2016. So I'll
Do
try
you
and
know?
get him on board.
Do you know? I've seen that a few times. I've got to admit, I think on like third time, I didn't mind it. You know, it's not the original, obviously,
I've only
but
seen
it's
it once.
not bad.
I've only seen it once.
It's not perfect. It could have been better, but they just got that. The casting, the four ladies are really funny, but it's just the director. It was just. It didn't. If you're gonna do that, you've got to go with the spirit of the original too.
Yeah, well, I
But
think
it just didn't work. Maybe.
I think it was also made for a different audience, and whereas
Yeah, I think it was.
and the thing is, Ghostbusters it's all really about people have loved these series for 40 years nearly, and it's a long time, and to come along and also feature the original actors, 3 of them, obviously one of them's died, and in some sort of weird cameo things. I can see why it's not just make a Ghostbusters film or don't bother. I think.
Yeah.
So there we go. Right, Martin. Thank you very much. We will catch you next week. Solo One Sci-Fi Podcast.
Live long and prosper.
Long and prosper.
What I'm after is still out there. And I don't know where to start.
Long road I have traveled forever in time. Through the darkness I will run. There's nowhere to hide. Oh, it's a funny thing. You can't change what the future brings. It's hidden in your eyes. It's hidden underneath your smile. Cold rain hits like thunder deep within. A fever burns to my soul to rise again. Oh, it's a funny thing. A part of you lives inside of me. It's hidden in your eyes. Oh, it's hidden underneath your smile. Run through the fire, tear down the walls, break out of darkness. I could hear your heartbeat call. No easy answer left in this world. Facing the madness is the lesson to be learned. Oh, to be learned. I'll be waiting here for you. I'll be watching your every move. I'll give you my life. Oh, let it shine. The secret is between us till the end of time. It's hidden in your eyes. Oh, it's hidden underneath your smile. Oh, it's hidden running through the night. Ooh.
guess a career in the police didn't really prepare you for this, did it?